Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brown Water Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
It is Joey Cates, and we got a good show for you this evening. In the studio, we have Eric from Lost Pizza Company over in Ocean Springs, man. If you've ever been over that side of town, I'm sure you've seen him before. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, how he's affiliated with the business itself, the backstory there. But we are also going to be talking about a fundraiser that y'all are doing. It's called a fundraiser. I'll flash real quick. Hope Rising for Jacob. We're going to get more into that here in just a second, what it's about and why they're raising the money. But before we do that, we got to thank the people that keep the lights on for us over here at the Brownwater Studio. Right out of the gate, Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles. If you're looking for a great local dentist, they're right here on Washington Avenue in Ocean Springs. You can look them up on the socials at Southern Magnolia Smiles on Facebook and Instagram. And 2025 is coming to a close, but it's still the year to brush your teeth. So when you're ready to book that consultation, you can give them a shout at 228-215-1202.
I feel like that should be every year, though.
And tell them Brownwater sent you. We got to come up with something creative in 26, so start thinking about it now.
That's right.
If you're looking for, if you need legal representation for any reason, yourself or someone you know, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. They've been practicing law for over 30 years. Our buddy Tyler right here in the photo just recently, within the past couple of years, took over the firm. They're in Jackson County, George County, and Greene County. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanors, DUI, BUI, family law, divorce, and child custody. So if you yourself or someone you know is looking to, they got to go to court, they need somebody that's going to fight tooth and nail for them, you can give them a shout at 228-696-0111. And again, tell them Brownwater sent you. You've missed your New Year's resolution. I keep saying it, man. I keep saying it over and over again. Yeah, just by a little bit. But it's never too late to start moving around again. So whether you want to get yoked, like Joey always says, or you're just trying to prioritize your health and get moving around again, feeling better, Forever Young Men and Women's Health is the one for you. You can look them up on Facebook. It's our buddy Kendrick right here, man. I just saw something come through my feed the other day. He's well knowledgeable in all things health and fitness, really. Their motto is bringing medicine, health, and exercise together to help men and women live their best lives. So you book a consultation with them. They do some lab work, figure out if you're hormone deficient, vitamin deficient. He specializes in testosterone replacement for men and women. You can give him a shout at 228-363-6623. Check him out on their socials. Like I said, he's got a lot of informational stuff out there. You won't be disappointed. So let me bring this down. And while Joey's still sharing it out, we're trying to do better about mentioning our merch right over at the brownwaterbanter.com/shop, or just scan this QR code here if you're watching it on your TV, and it'll take you over to our stuff. We just got some new hats in that we're pretty pumped about. So it's a great way to support the show. We'd appreciate it if you check it out. And I think that's all I got, man.
And what better way to slide into the show, talking about working out, than with pizza.
Pizza. That's exactly right. Then with pizza. I love the transition there. So Eric, man, thank you so much for stopping by this evening and coming into the studio and talking with us. We said before we kicked off the live, you were on digitally during COVID 2020-ish.
Yeah. We had reached out and got together during COVID, which was, a horrible time for
dark ages.
Everybody.
The dark ages.
It was awful. I just remember unprecedented kind of time in U.S. history with shutting down businesses and closing everything. You can't go outside. You can't do anything. All businesses were hurting. People that don't remember, well, you should be old enough to remember if you're watching this, but it was like, can you sell food? Can you come in and eat? How can we get food out? We can do delivery. Can you do pickup? It was really weird. And there was a lot of people trying to figure out ways to help promote businesses. We were shut down. We couldn't do anything in the studio. So I started going on and doing the live streams digitally. And we hooked up, like you said, however way, I don't remember. But.
That's, we got hooked up during COVID, and, it was a great thing. And it was a way for us to continue to, reach our community and our guests, and, let them know what we were doing, and, talk to you guys about events we were having and how it was affecting us. You know, we were deemed essential, which I greatly appreciated that.
Right.
But it was really weird.
Yeah.
Just be sitting in a restaurant with
nobody.
Yes. I think they were letting you do, I don't quite remember, but like you could do to-go orders. But...
we could do takeout orders only. There was no dine-in or anything like that. So it was really weird, but we were very appreciative,
Yeah,
to be deemed essential, and pizza is typically a takeout food anyway.
that's right.
So we were still able to, support our guest with some great pizza,
Mhm.
and still interact with them, through Facebook Live bingo that we had just gotten ready to start, and then we all got shut down. So we've got this whole bingo set up, and we can't do anything with it. So I just sat in my backyard on Mondays, and we played Facebook Live bingo. But that was a great way for us to still interact
Reach
with our
the
guests.
community.
And we also partnered up with other local businesses to help support them, that folks may not have known about, and give away stuff, prizes, and whatnot. So really strange time. Knock on wood that we never roll back into that situation again.
I think it'd be a lot harder nowadays to shut everything down.
Tough.
Everybody's kind of learned that lesson. I feel like,
and I think it'd be a good fight on our hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me a bunch
we
of
did
other
a lot
times.
of voting during that time.
That's right.
But we all made it through it. It unfortunately it affected some businesses worse than others. But we were able to pull through it and make it, and still thrive, and reach our community and our staff.
Yep.
We didn't have to let anybody go. Hours were obviously cut.
Yeah, you had to.
But we didn't let anybody go.
Right.
And that was a great thing right there.
Yeah. That was definitely a tough time for small businesses all around the country, and glad to see that y'all made it through. Before we get into the backstory and all about loss, because I definitely absolutely want to talk about that, the food and everything, let's talk about this fundraiser, what it is, why we're doing it, and maybe we can demo the pizza right off front so people can see it. So I'm going to flash the flyer here that you sent us. I kind of already showed it. I'll read it out real quick. Hope Rising for Jacob. It says, join us as we lift Jacob up. One raffle, one slice, one act of kindness at a time. November the 18th, 2025. And then you can kind of pepper in the details there for us.
So Jacob Prince, he was a young man that worked for us through his high school career. Great young man. Left us to go get what I call a big boy job.
Okay.
We always support all of our staff when they leave us to go better themselves and move forward with their life. But unfortunately, Jacob was in a very traumatic accident. Fell off the bed of a pickup truck. It was just a horrible accident. He had traumatic brain injury, and he was driven to University Hospital in New Orleans, where they did surgery on him to relieve some of the pressure from the brain swelling and the brain bleeds and stuff like that. And this was about a month and a half ago. So where Jacob is now, currently, he's in a rehab facility in New Orleans. It's miraculous. It's he's walking on his own. He's able to pick stuff up. He's speaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Now he still has a long road ahead of him. But I just can't fathom and imagine the progress that he's made. So because Jacob worked for us, he's not only a former employee, but he's also a family. He's part of our Lost Pizza family. We know his parents and his siblings. So what we decided to do was we were going to do a fundraiser. So on November the 18th, 100% of the day's sales from open to close, doesn't matter if you dine in, if you are taken out, if you order DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, any of that, 100% of those sales are going to go to Jacob and his family to assist with medical and travel expenses.
Wow.
We've also got raffle baskets that local individuals and businesses have contributed to.
Right.
That we're going to be raffling off as well. $5 a ticket. You can pay cash in the restaurant. There's a Venmo on our Facebook page that you can Venmo that for a raffle basket. So all of that's going to go directly to Jacob and his family. Like I said, Jacob is a young man. He does have a long road ahead of him, but his mother updates us weekly, daily, with his progress through her Facebook page and through some of our employees that are really good friends with Jacob.
Yeah.
And I just, I can't.
Well, it's killer that you as a boss cares that much about your employee. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people,
Would
they
be
would
just
have
like, yeah.
gone and been like,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's terrible. But you're treating them like family.
And they are. And, when you work for us, 90% of our staff are high school students. It's their first jobs. We get a lot of recommendations through our staff.
Mhm.
Hey, I've got a buddy that's looking for a job, or, I've got a friend or, whatnot, coworker. So we're like one big dysfunctional family. So, and when you work for us for that long of a period, through your high school career, you're just not Jacob, the guy that's making a pizza for me, or
Right.
Jacob that's working on, fry salad. We get to know, what are you doing? Jacob was a football player.
Mhm.
He'd come in on Saturdays and I was like, could y'all not have let the other team score a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Or what happened
Right.
to you? How'd y'all get beat by,
So and so.
Right.
so and so?
Yeah.
So you get to know what they do and their life outside of work, and their families and stuff like that. And that's one great thing about Lost Pizza. We're not owned by somebody that's living in California or whatever. We're locally owned and operated, and the family lives here, and both their kids worked for us. One still does. So we get to know each of our employees,
Mhm.
And what they do outside of work, and what they don't like and what they do like, and we celebrate their birthdays and their graduations and their successes.
Mhm.
And that's what makes us a great company, because we're not just going, here's your pizza,
Yeah.
come back,
Hopefully.
see you tomorrow.
Right.
It's a family atmosphere.
We hear it a lot all the time. We talk to a lot of businesses on the show, obviously, and you see it online, like Facebook and stuff, like shop local or support local businesses or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody, we use chain restaurants. Everybody does chain businesses, whether it's restaurants or not. But like, this is one of those times where it really highlights what that means when you say shop local or support a business that's from the community, that supports the community, doing what y'all are doing right there. Because this kid doesn't work for you anymore. You have no obligations to do anything for him.
He doesn't work for us anymore. He's been gone for 6 months, maybe a year almost. I'm not really sure. But it is, it's we are, like I said, a locally owned business. We are in our community. We do things in our community. Sometimes that we broadcast through our social medias, like, hey, the fundraising and stuff like that. And then things that we just kind of do silently, that we don't need that,
attention for.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we work a lot with the schools. We do things with the Hope Squad and the theater department, and the bands and stuff like that. Because when the kids come in, parents are going to come in.
Parents got the money.
Yeah, exactly. But because we are a family-friendly restaurant, we are a fun place. It's pizza. Nobody's angry with pizza. Pizza's a comfort food.
Yeah.
Pizza's happy. And we love having the kids come in for these spirit nights, because they dress up in costumes, and and they work for this spirit night that they're hosting, and they have fun and they interact with our guests. Same with bingo. They have fun. We have groups of folks that come in all the time. So we really enjoy doing things like that in our community, because this is where we live.
Yeah.
We're not living in California or Texas or wherever and not really sure what's going on
Right.
in our own community. And, we want to be supportive of our community, So
Give back. Yeah. That was my next question. Like, is it a chain, locally owned? And y'all.
It is a franchise.
Is it? Okay.
So we have this one here in Ocean Springs. We also have one in Hattiesburg. There are about 32 locations. We are primarily Mississippi based.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you probably told me that on the live stream a couple years ago.
Yeah. So we do have some in Florida, Arkansas, Alabama, all owned by individual folks. But I mean, it's a growing company. We started in the Delta, Indianola. So I mean, if you're familiar with the Delta, there's not a lot. There's not a lot going on in the Delta.
No.
Started by two gentlemen that live over there, and first franchise was in my hometown of Tupelo, Mississippi. but yeah, it's a great company. It's full of, it's pizza, and we're more than just pizza. We have wings and tamales and pastas and sandwiches and stuff like that. But pizza is it's in our name. That's what we
It's the
do.
lead item.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You said you grew up in Tupelo. Tell us a little bit about that. How you ended up down here.
So I was born and bred in Tupelo. Met my wife over at Oxford at Ole Miss.
Okay.
She is originally from Ocean Springs. Her father owned some businesses. Wanted her to come down and work for him. So we moved down here almost 15 years ago. And I worked for another company for 15 years and, went about my business, did what I did, stopped traveling, because I was opening restaurants for this company. Left that company and went to work for a casino for a while my wife worked for her father. And I just realized casinos weren't for me.
Yeah.
I just,
it's tough.
We've been there. We've both
tough.
been there.
Yeah.
So I went back to this other restaurant, went in as a manager over in Gulfport, stayed there for 5 more years, had an opportunity to move to a brand new restaurant that was opening in Biloxi. Really don't want to say the name.
There you go.
But thought it was a better opportunity for me. And it was a better opportunity. But once I got there, I realized this was not where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You go in at 2 p.m, you don't get home till 4 a.m.
No.
Yeah.
That's casino life. You might as well stay there.
Yeah. And it takes a toll on not only your mental state, but your body, your family,
your relationships.
Yeah. When I was off, all I wanted to do was sleep.
Yeah.
And that's not fair to my wife, my son. So I saw that Lost Pizza was coming to Ocean Springs. So I sent a message to a gentleman that was a regular of mine in Tupelo. And I just said, hey, saw y'all are coming to Ocean Springs. Y'all are going to do amazing. Can't wait to see you. And he said, well, actually, it's not me. It's my brother. I went, okay. So he put us in contact with each other, and Brad and I talked, and a couple of weeks went by, and I rolled up one day and I was like, hey, just want to let you know. I said, I'm leaving this place that I'm at. I do have a business that's offering, a job to me. He said, but I said, I want to come here. This is where I feel I need to be. It's very family friendly. It's family first. And this is where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 years later, here I am. I'm still here.
Dang.
And I couldn't be happier. I have, great owners. I'm very flexible with doing things like this or, supporting, school functions and stuff like that, or my son's dance and all that stuff. So I couldn't ask for a better place to work.
So you said you've been with them 6 years.
6 years.
And you opened up the store with them, right?
I was 2 months shy.
Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah,
that's close enough.
I was in Myrtle.
It still
Beach.
smelled brand new.
It still had that brand new pizza smell.
Yeah. Well, the point I'm getting to though is if I do the math right on that, 6 years, we're in 25 right now, so that was 19 is when they opened, right? Yeah. And then we all know, like we were already mentioned at the beginning of the show, COVID was in 2020. Because it kind of had like a gray area of when it started, how heavy it got. It's a little different there. But to know that the business hadn't been even a year in, maybe a little close to a year, but not much more when COVID hit, and they still survived it. That's pretty.
And business that I had no clue was even in existence. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard of the Lost Pizza.
Yeah. Oh, the chain he's talking about. Yeah. Prior to that,
to come down here and establish itself during COVID and make it through COVID is killer.
Yeah. I mean, it was phenomenal. And we did have to do a lot of thinking outside of the box.
Oh, for sure. Everybody had to.
We just couldn't go, well, let's hope folks come in and order pizzas. And, so that's where we relied heavily on our social media and stuff like that to continue to engage with those guests and keep our name out there.
Yeah.
With things like the bingo.
Yeah.
Which, we still currently do every Monday from 6 to 8, but, it's actually in-house now.
Right.
You get to see the people who win.
I get to see the people who win. And to be honest, I never in my wildest dreams would have thought bingo would be as popular.
It's like trivia night. those things crush like at businesses. You know what I mean? And it's not really my thing, but I mean, I've been to enough places like restaurants like that when they do that.
It's cool.
You look back and you see like just tons of people there. I've talked to people that like they seek that out. You know, they go to like, if so-and-so's got trivia tonight. And I'm like,
well, even if you're sitting on the bar and you hear the question, you're going to answer it.
Right.
You're gonna, I know that one.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If we're in a restaurant and they're doing trivia, even though I'm not playing, you know, I'll answer the question to my help or to my wife or somebody like that. But honestly, I'm not smart enough for trivia. I'm just really not.
Well, it always depends on the topic.
That's right.
That is true. That is true. If it's pop culture, then I'm probably in.
It's not always Jeopardy on the trivia.
Yeah.
That's like Wheel of Fortune. Like, you know it, and you're yelling at the screen.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be smart enough.
That's good stuff. We got the pizza sitting over there in the corner. So let's should we open that box up?
Yeah, go ahead, open it up. Yeah,
let's go ahead and do that. Yeah,
got it?
If you'll slide it down. While you're doing that, I'm gonna let's open it up to the camera, Joe. Let's see what you got right there. Yeah, there you go. Perfect shot. And you go ahead and describe it for us. What is this?
All right. So what we've got here, this is one of our signatures.
Joey can't get the box open, so I guess
it's taped. It's taped.
Okay, all right.
It's got our name on it.
Okay, even better.
No, sweet.
Yeah, this is one of our signature pizzas. We have a lot of signature pizzas.
Okay.
This one's called our Cujo.
Okay.
It's like a Supreme. So it's gonna have It's got pepperoni, ham, Italian sausage, ground beef. It's got bell peppers, onions, mushrooms.
Let's get a piece while he's describing that.
Here you go, big guy.
Black olives,
you want?
You know I'm getting one.
Which one you
I want a
big
small
guy?
piece only because we're live and we were talking about it before we went live. We don't want to smack to death on the show, but keep describing it for us.
Yeah, so
we eat it.
Yeah.
So this is our thin crust. We have a thick and we have a thin. We make all of our dough in-house from scratch every day. We make our pizza sauce, our marinara, our spaghetti sauce. We make our ranch in-house, which, our ranch, from what our guests have said is, very addictive. Folks come in just to buy bottles.
Really?
Yeah. And we make our spinach and artichoke dip from scratch. So we use the best quality meats we can get. We chop all of our vegetables in-house. Obviously besides the black olives, those come sliced for us already.
Conveniently.
Yeah, but this is a Supreme. We have Meat Lovers, which is our Otis. We have a ton of different stuff. We have some unique ones. We have a Hector's Taco Pie, which is going to have a salsa base, seasoned ground beef, Fat Boys Bacon Cheeseburger, which a lot of folks read that and go, "Yeah,
I love that name.
I'll take the burger." Basically, it's a pizza sauce, ground beef, bacon, cheese, and onions, and then we put mustard and ketchup on top. Comes out a little more cheese, diced tomatoes, pickles, and lettuce on top. So yeah, we've got all sorts of
a plethora.
Yeah, or if you don't want a signature, you can just build your own.
Yeah,
I've got. Sorry, y'all. I'm just chewing. Yeah. I've got on the screen right now this actual pizza, so that what y'all are seeing on the live, that's what we're eating right now, and super killer. I'm gonna bring it back to you. I just want everybody to know that. So
no, that's cool. One thing that's really unique for us as well is our Delta hot tamales. We get them from Hot Tamale Heaven in Greenville, Mississippi. We steam them every day, 3, 6, or 12. And I'll tell you one thing. Hot or cold, absolutely amazing. 6:30 in the morning, you're at work. I mean, even cold, they're just amazing. So,
like you say, the tamales.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm flash that photo right now.
I'm choosing whether to smack in his microphone or talk right now.
That's what I'm saying. That's why people that are on the audio, that's why we're being quiet right now, because we're actually eating. I got a photo of the tamales. I have had the tamales. This has been, I think it was after COVID. They're amazing. I love them. They were great.
Thank you.
We had a comment come through. My buddy Corey. He said he sees y'all every Monday. Best pizza down here, and he said a great staff as well.
Thank you, Corey.
So y'all are doing something right over there.
Yeah.
Real quick, while we're running through the gamut here, that's the tamales. I got a photo right here of the wings. These look like bone-in, obviously. I can't tell the sauce. Maybe it's barbecue. Maybe it's some kind of.
Yeah, so we have traditional wings, which are our bone-in wings. We also have boneless wings. We have a mild, a hot, a stupid hot.
There you go.
Stupid hot.
Yeah, stupid hot.
I like the stupid hot.
Dave's Insanity's mixed in there. We also offer General So, sweet teriyaki. We have a barbecue, which I think is what you have now. We also have a golden honey barbecue. We have a Jamaican jerk, which is pretty awesome as well. And we also have a new one. It's a Delta Dust. It's a dry rub, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Especially if you got homemade ranch.
Are those fried? How are you cooking those? Fried?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we talked about this before we went live. The beekeeper. I couldn't tell in the photo when I put it in here. I was already a fan just because of the pepperoni, the cheese. Obviously, you said it's basil on there. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's got fresh basil. It's our house made sauce. Fresh basil. Then our house cheese, which is a mozzarella provolone blend. And then we use what they call the old world cupping pepperonis. They're the little tiny ones.
Yes.
You know, when they cook, they cup up.
Yeah.
Right there. The people in the live can see it.
Right.
Yep.
So, and once that comes out, we cut it. We put more basil on top, and then we drizzle it with. It's actually a Mississippi-based company. I wish I could think of the name of the honey company right now, but it's got honey.
Awesome.
All over it.
It makes more sense because when I was looking at the photo, I was like, the beekeeper. I'm like, I don't really understand why they're calling it that.
But the pizza looks good.
It looks good enough. I'm still
Yeah.
going to order it. But, that was with no description. So, yeah, honey on it. Beekeeper makes a lot of sense. We got your pulled pork nachos, you said?
Yeah.
Barbecue pulled pork nachos.
These things look like
tortilla
money.
chips,
Mhm.
house cheese. That pulled pork comes out. It's hot. It's shredded. Put on top. Then we put a queso on top of it as well.
Yep. Are y'all doing the pork in-house, right?
We don't smoke it in house.
Okay.
Initially, when the first franchise opened, they actually smoked.
That's a lot of to
sweet.
do.
Yeah,
That
a
is
lot of to do.
So it's made for us. We cook it up, and then we top it with jalapenos.
It looks killer.
Yeah.
So
looks
if
really
you don't
good.
like the pulled pork, you can sub it out and do chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a sliced grilled chicken.
Are all the menus to every Lost Pizza the same, or does it change?
Yeah, everything. If you go to this Lost Pizza and then you go to a Lost Pizza and Hernando's about to open, you're going to find the same menus, the same pizzas, the same appetizers. So if you go to any Lost Pizza, you're going to find the same thing.
And they're sourcing like the honey. They're going to get that locally, right?
Yeah, it comes out of Mississippi. It is a Mississippi-based company. I hate that it's somewhere around in the Hattiesburg area.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, it is sourced out of Mississippi, which is awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, John said he's for sure has to try it. He's always looking for new places to try something different. So yeah, go check it out, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check us out, John. Come and see us.
Yeah. Tell us where you're at.
So we're at 4006 Bienville Boulevard in Ocean Springs. If you're headed down 90 East, where Walmart, McDonald's, and Sonic is, we're right across the street. It's a shopping complex. There's a Sports Clips, Vet Med, a physical therapist place, right next to a Circle K.
Yeah, it's a really cool strip mall. The architecture of this whole little spot right there is really cool.
Yeah, it's we're dead in the middle of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So go in there and eat.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Y'all do a lot of stuff giving back to community, and one thing that y'all are known for, I think, is the yearbook signing that y'all started, right?
Yeah. So 4 years ago, a post came through on a lady's personal page, Lisa's page. We knew Lisa from when we moved down here, and she had mentioned that her son Wes had come home from school, just gotten his yearbook, and asked his mom why nobody would sign his yearbook.
Mm.
So, for anybody that has a child, or even if you don't have a child, you should be very, upset by this comment.
Pulls at your heart.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I just sent her a message on Facebook, and I told her, I said, hey, have Wes bring his yearbook up here. We got guests, we got staff, we got plenty of folks that would love to sign it. So we decided to make an event out of it. And it kind of took off, not really thinking
Right.
that it was going to be what it is, So that initial first year, we had the canine unit from Singing River Hospital in Pascagoula show up, Miss VFW, the former Seawolves mascot.
Yeah.
They're not the
Hook
Seawolves
or
anymore.
whatever
Yeah,
it was,
Hook.
Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of what we call our local celebrities, artists, authors, and stuff like that. The media came out, did interviews with myself and Wes's parents and Wes. And when he left, there was not a blank page in his book. So we decided to do this every year.
How stoked was he? Honestly,
He's probably fired up.
He was
Fired up.
Yeah, he was very appreciative. He was, just taken aback.
Yeah.
But for us, it's no child should ever have to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because it's just mean.
Mm-hmm.
So we were signing yearbooks and guests were signing yearbooks, and then in the days that followed, we would get messages from guests or people that had shown up, and they were like, my son is on the spectrum, and I can't tell you how much this meant to us.
Yeah.
To have his yearbook signed and stuff like that. So we're going into our 4th year now.
So was the first thing you did was just for that one kid? It was just him, and everybody came there and signed just his yearbook, or was there multiple?
Yeah, we
there?
invited.
You invited the whole town, right?
Yeah, we invited the whole community. Bring your yearbooks out.
Okay.
We want everybody to get their yearbook signed.
Okay.
Regardless if you're the star football player or you're the loner,
right?
Bring that yearbook. We did have some adults that go, "Can I bring my yearbook?"
You're like,
make it up for lost time.
It's 1970, class of 72 right here.
If you can find it, absolutely bring it. We'll sign it. So it was shared 30,000 times. The news affiliates picked it up. I started seeing things. It was like coming out of West Virginia or Texas, and I'm like,
feel good story.
Yeah, and I was like, how is this getting there? You
struck a chord.
Yeah, some marketing guys that that we know in the business, the pizza business, picked it up, ran articles about it. The quarterly magazines that we use as basis for just looking for things. So we're running into our 4th year now. Wes is a senior. It's funny to see him drive. Because when he started, he was getting dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So last year, he rolls up in his own vehicle, brings his book, does his interviews, and we set up a big table. He sits behind the table.
Celebrity.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he knows how to do it.
Yeah, it's
probably going to be a broadcast major in college.
Yeah.
Well, he's a very talented musician.
Nice.
Plays trombone, writes his own music.
There you go.
He's part of the. I can't think of what the band. It's not the honor society, but the band.
Yeah, the selects that go there.
Yeah, Lions Band. That's the word I was looking for.
Never heard that.
So he does all that. He's a great kid. He's got a bright future ahead of him. But we were just happy that we were able to do something to lift Wes up, and also other kids in our community that might have felt the same way and might have made the same comment to their parents, or might have just kept it to themselves and just put the yearbook on the shelf and said, well, maybe next
try again next year. Yeah.
So like I said, this is our 4th year. This is Wes's last year. He's a senior. He's graduating. Last year, he said, can I do it again one more year? And I said, absolutely. I said, but I need you to find somebody
to pass the torch
to carry this on. And he said, I think I got somebody in mind.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know when we do it this year if Wes is going to bring a friend and go, here's our new
crown.
Our new crown.
So has he been like the focal point though every year?
Yeah.
And whoever else wants to show up shows up.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. So it's hello summer. Yearbook signing party. We're toying around with some new names. It could end up being Wes's yearbook signing party.
There you go.
When Wes leaves us. And we want Wes to come back. After he graduates high school. I don't know where he's going to go to school. But it'd be awesome if he comes back, every year and, signs yearbooks. But every year it gets bigger and bigger. More folks show up. Fire truck showed up one year and all the kids got to play on a fire truck. Some adults maybe
played on the fire
truck as well.
It happens.
I like fire truck.
Yeah, it's a big truck.
The police department showed up, hockey players last year, just, community is what it's about.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll continue to do this, well into, my time's over with, or
Yeah. He's gonna come back and be such a celebrity. He's gonna, like, you can walk in and be like, "That's Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
him
that guy.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hanging out with him."
so yeah, I mean, and it's great. It's a feel good. It makes you feel good to see somebody else that was put in this situation to have all of this come around and leave with a yearbook that you couldn't even take an ink pen and just put a dot anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll continue. Like I said, we'll continue to do it well after Wes leaves. Even if we don't have somebody to take it over, we'll still do it. We'll still invite the community. And it's not just Ocean Springs. We send this out to, every school on the coast, from Pascagoula all the way to Gulfport.
So you mentioned Lost is it is a franchise. There's a few throughout the states and some surrounding states. This is the owner is here local. You mentioned that, correct?
Correct.
And you've been with them since 2 months-ish after they opened,
Yeah.
right? Where does that philosophy come in to doing some of the creative stuff like you just mentioned with this yearbook signing and the Facebook Live with the bingo stuff and all these community events, giving back? Who brought that to the table? Is that a Lost Pizza as a franchise? Is that your owner? Is that something that you brought to the table? Combination. I know it's a team effort, so don't be modest.
No,
if it's you, I want to know about it.
It was just me.
No,
the whole
but-
thing
but-
was just me.
No, I know he wasn't going to say that.
Mic
But,
drop.
yeah, But seriously, who's leading the charge here? Because there are lots of local businesses, and there's lots of local businesses that do a little bit. But it sounds like y'all are going in kind of the extra mile there.
It is a very collaborative, team effort.
Mhm.
I may see something and I go, you know what? I think we could do something like that. And so I'll get with Brad and I'll go, hey, so what do you think about doing something like this? And he goes, well, I don't know. What do you think we could do it? I said, yeah, absolutely. I think we can. Like with the Facebook Live bingo, like I said, we had everything ready to go.
Mhm.
COVID just messed everybody up. And I said, well, you know what? Let's go Facebook Live. So, like I said, every Monday I would sit in my backyard
Mhm.
with my laptop,
I remember that actually.
the bingo
Seeing
spinning
it.
wheel.
Yeah.
My neighbors probably thought I was crazy.
Mhm.
That'd be, before.
Before
what? Be quiet.
Yeah. So that's a big thing with the kids.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the other one because they screamed that one as well.
Yes, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that kept us really engaged. And then the yearbook signing party, I brought it to Brad and I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I said, I think we can do a big event, and then some things, we'll talk about. And I'm a firm believer, if you've got an idea, let's work it out. Let's try it. And if it succeeds, then we'll keep moving forward.
Yeah.
If we do it and then all of a sudden we're like,
Right.
that really didn't work out
Yeah.
too well. It's like,
Axe
well,
it.
Yep.
we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gave it the old college try.
that's right.
Yeah.
We learned.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the one thing with every event that we do is we have to get our staff to buy into it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're like, it's another spirit night or it's another, yearbook signing party, we make it excitement. We create that buzz.
Yeah.
And 90%, if not 100% of our staff is always excited. They love when we host a theater, Ocean Springs High School Theater Department Spirit Night, because those kids come dressed. Got one kid that wears an inflatable Garfield costume.
Sweet.
This year,
Costumed out.
yeah, I mean they're all excited and they're out standing, waving signs. My son dressed in an inflatable cowboy outfit. We had one kid dressed as a Rocket Man. So
Halloween 24/7.
yeah, pretty much. So it generates that buzz and it keeps it exciting. And if you've got people in the building, it just makes the night so much better.
No doubt.
Yeah.
no doubt.
We could have 2,000 to go orders, but it's just an empty restaurant, so
Correct.
there's nobody to interact with. And that's what we like to do. We like to have that social aspect of folks coming in with their families or young couples. We had a young couple that came in and had their first date at a Lost Pizza somewhere else. Well, they were about to get married, so they said, "Do y'all cater?" And I went, "Yeah." so that was our first actual wedding. We catered. They
A
had
wedding with pizza?
That's
with
awesome.
pizza, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's a cool bride.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So they had a taco bar.
Your wife would have, she probably would have done it.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had pizza and a taco bar, and we've done, I think, 3 weddings now,
Wow.
which still just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Which,
You don't think
but it's-
pizza at a wedding reception as being
I
the
don't,
thing, you know?
but it's great, So it's
If you can eat them damn little sausages in the
Yeah, all that
barbecue, why
fancy
can't we
stuff.
why can't we do
smash
pizza?
a pizza?
so it's things like that, and we've had families that have been coming in and got engaged and gotten married. Now they have kids, and they're bringing their kids in with them. So not only do we have our little dysfunctional work family, now we're broadening
you
that
got
out.
a customer family.
Yeah,
that's
we
dysfunctional as
do.
well.
We have our customer family, and I'll be out with my family somewhere, and somebody will go, "Hey, it's the bingo guy,"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Yeah,
that's right.
that's me.
Yeah.
I'm the
I'll
bingo
sign
guy."
autographs later.
Yeah. But that's for us. That's what it's all about. It's all about family. It's all about community. It's all about giving the best possible pizzas that we can and serving our community.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
awesome.
That's a great way to stand out because there's a lot of pizza joints.
Yeah.
A lot of pizza joints. But when you make that connection, I mean, you can lose or gain somebody really quick by doing stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You might have great food in a restaurant, right? But like if I go in there and the
I'm just a
vibe's
number.
off,
Yeah, I'm just a
or the
number.
staff, especially if the staff is not
Yeah,
great,
it's
like,
terrible.
it's very hard to go back. Like you better have a number one food. I don't care if we're talking about pizza or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're rude or they're rushed. They don't take care. Like just they'd rather not be there.
And
Which
now,
it seems like all businesses nowadays, for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, I don't know. It's things are changing. But if you're still focused on the guest and the community, that you'll, I mean, I'm sure you see it, right? I'm sure you got loyal customers.
Oh, we have very loyal customers. And the bottom line with any restaurant, not just us, just any restaurant, if you don't have guests,
Mm-hmm.
you
don't have a business.
You don't have a business.
Yeah.
Great food will not make up for bad service.
Yeah, it won't.
Great service will make up for bad food.
Yeah.
It helps.
Kind of like we talked about
Yeah.
the charter boat the other day.
Yes, absolutely,
bring it all back
absolutely.
in.
Because you're right. Because I have had some instances where like the food didn't come out on time. Maybe it was a little cold or whatever it was. But like the waiter or waitress was just, you could
on
tell
top
they
of
were doing the
everything.
best they could. Maybe it was a super busy night or something, right? You've been in a restaurant when it was like you could tell, damn, they are slammed.
They are running.
Shit didn't happen right, but the waiter or waitress made it okay, and then the manager comes over, touches the table, apologizes, and it's like I'm good. I mean, shit happens. Like
I mean, and I get that, and we understand that, as a restaurant, and then also somebody that goes out and eats.
Mhm.
I'm a little more lenient when I go out to eat.
Oh, if you've been in the business, you have to.
Yeah. And I'm like, the waitress comes up, is like, "I'm so sorry, I'll be right with you." I was like, I got nowhere to be.
Right.
I'm cool. Take your time. But we're also those people that if we have a show that we need to be at 6:05 on a Friday, I'm not going out to eat at 5:00.
No.
Correct.
You know better.
Correct.
You know better.
I'm going to do that early bird special at 4.
That's right.
Now 10:00, I'm going to be hungry again.
Right.
But that's what a drive. Yeah, that's what a drive-through is for.
That's right.
But yeah, I just and my family's the same way. They're like, we're no hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time.
And I think a lot of people get where you're going. Like, I need my food now and I need it right now. Well, you're not the only customer in the room.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And there's 40 tickets up there and yours is behind everybody. So you're going to have to wait and wait patiently.
And we do have folks that'll go, how come he got his food before mine? I was like, well, you ordered a pizza. He ordered a salad.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You
already got the salad.
Yeah. It's just, and I don't think folks understand that sometimes. And, I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but, certain things are easier to get out.
Oh, absolutely.
Quicker to get out.
Some people also like to bitch.
Yeah, 100%.
No matter what.
You're always a villain in somebody's eyes.
That is true.
They just want to get it out. It's like you're going to be the person tonight. So let's flash real quick before we wrap things up. Let's flash the flyer again. I'm going to do that. There it went. Okay, so that's why that's the big topic of the night tonight. While we're doing the live here, it's Hope Rising for Jacob. It's a raffle. They're going to be doing it November the 18th. Like you mentioned, now that's in the restaurant or takeout.
Yeah.
No matter what, the proceeds for that entire day is going to help support one of your former employees who had a tragic accident.
Yeah. If you come in and have lunch, that proceeds are going to Jacob. If you
Mhm.
have dinner, that's there. If you can't get out and you order DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever other third party delivery systems we
Right.
offer,
Many
Right.
of them, yeah.
order online, it's all going.
That's a
100%.
big thing too. That you talking 24, whatever your whole day of being
Yeah.
open
From 11 to 9.
and 100% of the proceeds. I mean
100%.
that's
crazy.
that's putting your money where your
Yeah.
mouth is as a business.
Because most people
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
10%. Y'all are doing
Right.
everything.
Right.
Yeah. So we do, like when we host our spirit nights, we do 10%.
Right. Which is normal. That's normal.
Yeah. So it's, when I was talking with Brad, text, I was like, hey, just wanted to check, are we doing a percentage of the proceeds for the fundraiser? And he responded back, 100% of the day's sales. And I went, just want to verify.
Right. Was this a typo?
Yeah. Did you
I
hit
know-
another zero?
I know sometimes
Yeah.
autocorrect,
Did
kind
you
of mess up.
fat thumb it?
Right,
Yeah,
right, right,
100%. And he goes, yes, 100%. I went, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's it's family at that
It
point,
is.
right?
Yeah. It's family, it's community, but it's just the right thing to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We would do that for any of our family members.
Yeah. And I'm assuming if somebody wants to send in just a straight up donation, they could probably do that too that day or
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. So like I said, not only that 100% of that day's sales, but we're also doing raffle baskets. We've reached out to local businesses,
Mhm.
and we put baskets together, the different places, Buffalo Wild Wings coupons or Tidal Wave car wash, and, Exo clothing. One of our regular guests, Gary Bachman, who is a master gardener, he's also an author. He gave us a signed, book of his books that he wrote.
That's
Southern
cool.
Gardening.
What's his name?
Gary Bachman.
He's not is he on a show?
He was. If I understand correctly, he did retire. He worked for Mississippi State Extension, and he would do shows on like Facebook, horticulture and stuff like that. He's a local guy, lives in Ocean Springs. He and his wife. His wife does amazing. She always brings us stuff for different holidays. That she's created. Easter with our logos on it. For prizes and stuff like that. Callie Robb donated some plants. To give away and stuff like that. And then one of our guys in the back of the house is a 3D printer.
Oh yeah.
He prints
I do it all day long.
3D stuff, and he's working on some stuff. So he made, that's a Lego wreath,
Yeah.
with Jacob's jersey and number on it.
Let's see if we can get that. Yeah.
But the coolest thing is, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. So if you've got any Marvel fans or superheroes in general,
Oh yeah.
he has created
That's money.
the
Wolverine.
Oh,
man.
wow.
Wolverine,
Yeah.
all masked up and stuff like that. So, that's going on the table, for a raffle. We've got a Lost Pizza cooler, that's part of the raffle, and all of those proceeds will go to Jacob as well. If you're in the restaurant, it's $5 a ticket. You don't have to be present to win. Just, make sure you put your name and your phone number on it. We've also put the Venmo account on our Facebook page, that if you wanted to, say you're not going to be able to be around, you can Venmo, and if you do a Venmo, just make sure you put your name, your phone number, and how many tickets you're buying.
Yeah.
And if your name is drawn, we'll give you a call. And then what we're going to do is, depending on how many baskets we have, once all those baskets have been drawn, we're putting everybody's raffle ticket back in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a Smithy cast iron skillet. I think it retails for like $3 something. And that's going to be, like a, hey, you got a basket. Now let's give the opportunity. Everybody's going to get an opportunity to possibly win this nice cast iron skillet.
I want the Wolverine mask.
Yeah.
I'd wear it everywhere I go.
That's pretty killer.
Well, I put it on so I could take a photo at work. But I guess it's not made for adult's head.
Right.
Because I
Yeah.
couldn't see anything, and I
Yeah.
said, "Just take the photo, please."
Yeah. I can't breathe.
And then I sent it to our group, and I was like, "All right, let's go ahead and get all the jokes out of the way."
That's right.
And I think he is printing another one, but I think this one may be Iron Man to do like that. So amazing work. I've never seen, that kind of stuff actually made.
Yeah.
But he does amazing work, and he actually works for us. So yeah, 100% of the day sales. Doesn't matter if you dine in, if you carry out, if you order online, if you order through a delivery service. And then all the raffle basket sales, cash or Venmo directly goes to Jacob's family to, help with medical expenses, travel, and stuff like that.
And I apologize if you already answered this question because I was over here on the computer. But the raffle, is that going to be? Did he say? Is that in the store? How do people do that? How do you bid on it? You got to be there.
No, so the raffle baskets are actually set up at the location, and once we get a basket put together, we take a photo, put it on our socials, and we tell you what's in it. If you're in the store, you can pay cash for it, or you can scan the little Venmo code. We also posted the Venmo code on our socials. So if you're not, anywhere around, I know Jacob has family all over the place, and maybe somebody wants to do that. All they do is just go to our socials, scan that Venmo code and write their name down, how many tickets they're wanting to buy, and their phone number.
Cool.
And if you win, they're gonna call you up.
Yeah.
Come get this Wolverine.
Yeah, come get this Wolverine mask. Which I'm really nervous about putting the Wolverine mask on the table.
Somebody's gonna take it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody will take it, but I'm more worried about people touching it and trying to pick it up.
Yeah.
So I've got to get it like in a
Case or something.
container, to wrap it and make it, because I mean it's it's all held together, the pieces with the heavy duty, magnets and stuff like that, so you can take it apart, and it's got the chin piece and then an extra piece or whatever. But I'm really nervous to put it out there.
You have to get one glass case with like a laser beam.
Lock on it.
If anything, alarm goes off.
Not like the Louvre.
It
got broken into. Stole everything.
Yeah, like some kind of B-rate.
Fort Knox,
Ocean's 11 or something.
Right.
Yeah, so
National Treasure.
Yeah, that's it right there. So, but yeah, we're inviting all the community out, to come out and help us, help Jacob and his family and in his journey and his recovery, and just community. It's community first. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
it don't have to be Ocean Springs. It's the entire coastal community.
Gulf Coast.
Yeah, in general, just community. Period.
Yeah. Where are y'all most active on your socials? Are y'all Facebook? Or y'all
Facebook, Instagram? We do have a TikTok. I unfortunately am kind of not very
TikTokish.
Well, no, it's not that. I forget about it, because when I do the socials for Facebook and Instagram, they're linked.
Yeah, they go.
So if I post it on Facebook, it automatically goes to Instagram. I have to make a conscious effort
to remember TikTok.
Remember TikTok. We don't do TikTok as much because the staff goes, "Hey, let's do a TikTok. Let's do a TikTok," and I'm like, "Okay," and then they're like, "I don't want to do that." But I understand, because I will typically do TikToks with them. It'd be like, "Hey, finish this lyric," little ditty about, and they're like,
Jack and
sorry.
If you're asking me,
you win.
Yeah. They're like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, that's an age thing. Yeah, damn it.
And and we do those things. Yeah, yeah. Well, somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody did.
So that's a goal of mine, is to get a little more active on the TikTok side, because that's
the most growth.
I'd put one of the kids in charge of it.
Yeah.
They know how to do it.
They do, but then I'd have to go, before you post it.
No, they need to send it to you. They record it, and then they send it to you.
Let me see it first, because they'll go, "Hey, I got an idea," and I go, "What is it?" And they go,
blah blah blah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
no. A little too risque for the business.
Yeah, it's we during bingo we have. It used to be Bethany's Random Fun Facts. And the way this started was a gentleman had a Star Wars shirt on. It had all the Star Wars movies in the year they came out. So I was just like, "Hey, who knows when the first Star Wars came out?" Somebody's like, 1972. So Bethany came up, and we kind of made it a segment. It was Bethany's Random Fun Facts. Now, the first couple of fun facts, in a couple of weeks were kind of dark.
Okay.
And I was like,
We got to
hey,
throttle this back a little bit.
I went, hey, there's kids here.
Yeah. We're like a family business.
yeah,
we sell
we don't-
pizza.
we
Let's
don't
get
need-
out of the black and get
Yeah.
back into the gray a
Yeah,
little
we don't
bit.
need to talk about France did the last execution by
Right,
guillotine in
right.
1972.
Yeah.
So, but she got better. And then sometimes she goes, I'm not sure about that. And I go, well, if you're not sure,
Let's
then
not do it.
just not do it.
Stick to the obvious ones.
But
that
then
are
she
okay.
graduated and went off to school, went off to college. So I have two other guys that it's two random guys and they're not so fun facts.
Okay.
And they're just, I mean, like I said, they're the most random facts ever. But they try to put them around, whatever holiday's coming up or something's going on in the world.
Right.
And they kind of do that. But that's just another way to, keep everybody engaged and gives me a little breather, during bingo to go, all right, I don't have to talk for 5 minutes now.
Real quick before we wrap it up, remind everybody, you said it already, but remind everybody bingo at in the restaurant, if they want to come show up.
Yeah, so bingo every Monday from 6 to 8, unless we're closed for a holiday, a hurricane, a snowstorm, or I'm out of town.
That's crazy that you can actually throw that in
and not just be like, what do you think?
Yeah. I started throwing in the snowstorm after our Snowmageddon last year.
Mhm.
So every Monday from 6 to 8, unless we're closed for a holiday and all that fun stuff. All you do, come in, order dinner, sit down,
Play.
and play. Enjoy the fun. It's all the most random prizes you didn't know you wanted or needed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can openers.
Yeah.
It is the most random prizes. Miss Piggy mug. There was one of those little inflatable, the balloon guys that you see out in front of
the
car
little
lots.
inflatable car guy,
Like a desktop that he just flopped around. Just somebody had a I say old school, but it's a new school Polaroid camera.
Yeah.
And they were taking photos of everybody. So they took a photo of two of our former employees and we just put them on the table. And I was like, hey, if you pick these, they're here. They'll sign them for you. Somebody picked them. And I'm like, what are you going to do with these?
It's a novelty item.
Hey,
it is.
it
Maybe they'll be infamous one day or who knows.
Who
But
knows?
6 to 8 every Monday, unless we're closed for a holiday. I will say if the kids are out of school, may want to get there a little early because it does.
Packs out.
It packs out. Sometimes it's standing room only.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
Good
Yeah,
deal.
which, like I said, I don't understand. I can't grasp it.
You don't need to understand it. You just need to keep doing
Just
it.
keep making
keep
food.
doing
Yeah,
it.
we do. So we still do it and we're loving it. We have
Are you live streaming it still?
no, we're not live
Okay.
streaming anymore because the only thing we'll do live stream is during bingo if we have birthdays or things we're celebrating.
Yeah.
We'll go live like for birthdays and we're like, hey, it's Joey's birthday and Steve's birthday and Marissa's birthday, and then the entire restaurant will sing happy birthday
That's
to them.
killer.
That's cool.
And then one lady popped up and goes, I just got divorced. And I went,
We'll celebrate
Let's
that.
celebrate.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
okay, I don't really know the divorce.
Happy divorce song.
Yeah, I don't know the
Yeah.
divorce song, but she was happy. So we
Yeah.
were happy for her.
There you go.
So yeah, it's like I said, it's a great Monday night. It's great for families. We have the same group of folks. They have their tables. We have one family that grandma and grandpa get there at 4:30, and I'm like, this doesn't start till 6.
We gotta
get
our
that
spot.
table.
Yeah, we're not.
But they got that table, and then you can see the disappointment on folks' faces when they walk in, like it's 6 o'clock, and there's not a place to sit. And I'm like, sorry.
Bring a chair.
Some guy texted and said, hey, I got folding chairs outside. Can I bring them in? I'll go,
Do
yeah,
it.
Let's get it.
Yeah, bring
you
them
want
on
to come
in.
in? We'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they sit on benches and they wait. And I'm like, this isn't going to clear out until 8 o'clock. They're like, we'll wait. Okay.
Let's get it.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's we try things. They succeed sometimes. Sometimes they don't. And that's how we learn. And we just keep moving forward. But like I said, we just want to give the best possible product that we can to every one of our guests and, support them and, have fun and, just, it's pizza.
There you go.
And
Who doesn't love it? Yeah,
Yeah,
and
100%.
community. That's right. Well, we appreciate it, Eric, for coming by and stopping with us and meeting you officially and bringing the pizza too, the hospitality.
You're welcome.
100%.
Well, thank you guys for having me, face to face.
Yeah,
COVID was a different time for everybody. I really appreciate y'all helping us get the word out for all of this. And, stop by Tuesday.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's Hope Rising for Jacob. Like he already mentioned, November the 18th.
Yep.
It's going to be the entire day. 100% of the proceeds of all that they sell for that day is going to a former employee who had a tragic accident. I don't know what a better way to spend your time and money and help out in the community than that. It sounds like they're doing great things over there, highly focused on the local community here. So that's right up our alley. That's why we do what we do. So we appreciate y'all and for your time this evening. I already dropped a link to the Facebook event in the comments for this live stream. It'll be linked in all of the audio and everything afterwards. So be sure to just click on that, send them a donation, go show up, go hang out, buy some pizza that day. Check it out for the first time if you've never been.
Absolutely.
And go see what they're all about.
And if you come in, ask for me, say hello.
Yeah.
But most importantly, if you're going down to Peter Anderson this weekend, hey, check these guys out.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Check these guys out with their shirts, their hats, and everything they got.
If you go to Lost Pizza, tell them brown water.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Right.
So
you get a free straw.
Yeah, with every drink purchase.
That's right.
Yeah, but once again, guys, thank y'all so much for having me and helping us, spread the word, near and far, and just thank y'all.
Yeah, man. Hey,
it's
our pleasure. This is what we do the show for. So we appreciate you letting us be involved with what you're doing. So thanks everybody for tuning in on the lives and the replays. If you haven't downloaded the Brownwater Banter app, it's free in the App Store and Google Play. Cut the algorithm out. Stay connected to all the stuff that we're doing here. You can watch all of our shows right inside the app. And there's a free country music radio station in there that we do a terrible job of promoting as well. So if y'all